This is the video for long multiplication. Now it's really important that you've absolutely mastered short multiplication before you attempt to do long multiplication. So if you want to go back to that video first, it's a really good idea so you know you're really confident in using the short multiplication method before we start the long. Long multiplication is used to multiply bigger numbers together, and it's slightly more complicated, but as long as you've got short multiplication sorted, you'll be fine. So let's have a look at the first example. We've got 25 multiplied by 13. Now, like short multiplication, we're going to set this out in columns. I've got 25 multiplied by 13, and like any column method, we make sure that the units and the tens are lined up nice and neatly. Now basically what we're going to do with this is we're going to partition this bottom number here, so you'll end up by doing 3 times 5 and then 3 times 20, so we're going to start with the units first, then we're going to move to the 10, so we'll end up doing 10 times 5 on 10 times 20, and then what we'll need to do is add these numbers together. It's really important with this method that you follow each step carefully, because if you don't multiply all the numbers together you won't get the correct answer. So let's start. We'll forget that the tens number is there, and as I said over here, we'll do 3 times 5 first, which is 15. Make sure you write it in the columns, don't forget to carry the 10. And then 3 times 20, or 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 is 75. What we need to do then is we need to swap to the digits. Now, this is really important. Because I'm now multiplying by tens numbers, you should know that when you multiply any number by 10, the number will end with a 0 and all of our digits get shifted to the left. So I'm going to write my 0 here to remind me, and it will make sure that all my other numbers are written in the right place. So 10 times 5, or 1 times 5, is 50, and then 10 times 20, or 1 times 2, is 2. So my answer is 250. Now all I need to do is to add my numbers together. So 5 plus 0 is 5, 7 plus 5 is 12, 2 plus my sneaky one there is 325. So 25 multiplied by 13 is 325. Let's do another example. I've got a slightly bigger number here, 234 multiplied by 14, makes no difference, the method remains the same. So again, I'm going to make sure I set it out nice and neatly in my columns, making sure that my 14 is in the right place. And again, I'm going to start with my unit number. So 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 3 is 12, plus the extra one is 13, 2 times 4 is 8, plus an extra one is 9. Now, super important bit again, I'm now going to be multiplying every digit on the top line by 10, and I know that when I multiply any number by 10, it's going to end with a 0, and all my digits will shift to the left. So if you remember to put the 0 there, it'll make sure that your digits are all in the right place. So now we just work through again. So 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 2 is 2. After that, I can simply add my digits together. So 6 plus 0 is 6, 3 plus 4 is 7, 9 plus 3 is 12, 2 plus a sneaky one is 3,276. Here's another one. You can see I've made the number slightly bigger again. So I've got 324 multiplied by 123. Again, set it out in your columns. Make sure that they are absolutely in line with each other, and then let's make a start. So starting with my 3 times 4 is 12, 2 times 3 is 6, plus the 1 is 7, 3 times 3 is 9. Now again, I'm going to move to my middle number. This is a tens number, so I'm going to make sure that I put that 0 there, because that will help me make sure that all my digits stay in the right place. Now we go through the numbers in the top line one by one. So 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6. And you can see how my digits have all shifted to the left. I'm going to change colour because I now need to multiply everything by 100, and the same rules of the place value apply here. I know that if I multiply any number by 100, I'm going to end up with 2 hot water bottle zeros, and my numbers are going to be shifted 2 spaces to the left. So again, I need to make sure that I put those zeros there so that my numbers all stay in the right place. And now 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is, oh, squeeze it in, just there, okay? Then I can do exactly what I did last time, which is add my digits up. So I've got 2, 7 and 8 is 15, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus another one is 9, that's 18, plus the 9, 6 plus 2 is 8, plus the 1 is 9, and 3 plus nothing is 3. So my answer is 39,852. And that's it. Follow the steps in this video step by step. Really think carefully about whether you're multiplying by 10, by 100, by 1,000 and so on, and think about where your place value needs to go, and then you won't go wrong.